Hey, I wanted to come on here because it's been a while since I've done a video and I wanted to check in with you. I wanted to see how you're doing. Are you okay? I'm doing okay now. I can tell you a few days ago, I wasn't. We've been in this self isolation, this sheltering in place, this quarantine for the past 3 months. When it first happened, I wasn't sure how long we were going to be in this thing. But what I did know is that the entire world was in this together. I would look out my window and just think like everybody in the world is experiencing this thing. It was mind blowing to me. But what I can say is that I knew that if I did my part by sheltering in place, that I can help reduce the spread of this virus. So I stayed home, and I don't mind staying home. I like myself, and I like being at home. So I thought I would do okay. Plus, I had gone through this before when I went through my cancer journeys. I had to stay at home and isolate from other people. So I didn't think it would be that difficult. Now, mind you, I didn't know how long it was going to be, but it gave me the opportunity to do things. I was doing puzzles, I was on IG listening to DJ D Nice and some other people. I was playing my piano. I'm saying was as though we're not still sheltering in place. We are still sheltering in, well, I am still sheltering in place. Let me say that. I was also exercising and I lost 10 pounds. Part of that was because I was exercising every day. I was riding my bike or my treadmill in my basement. But I also was eating right. I was doing intermittent fasting, eating from 10 in the morning to 6 p.m. every day. Wasn't drinking water like I should, but I was drinking enough. And so all of that helped me lose weight. Woo woo. Not enough, but that's okay. I can also say that one of the things that I did to help me during that is I wouldn't buy snacks when I went to the store. I was only going to the store once every week, 2 weeks, or three. So if I only allowed myself one snack, once it was gone, and I was just stuck with healthy stuff. And so that helped me in my journey. And so I've been going through this pretty good. I'm in my yard planting flowers. I'm part of a community garden, and so planting vegetables. So time is passing, doing things that definitely brings me joy. But 2.5 weeks ago, things changed. The world saw the murder of George Floyd. And when that happened, everything went out the window. Everything that I had been doing right went out the window. I think, like most people, when I saw it, I felt anger. I felt powerless, helpless, infuriated. I looked at that cop's face as he had his knee on George Floyd. And his smug look, I just wanted it, you just kind of had moments. I didn't watch the entire video. I couldn't. And part of the reason is because I know that I can't unsee that. I had heard about it. I knew exactly what happened. I knew he called out for his mother, which I think would have broken my heart. I heard that he had gone lifeless, and the officer still kept his knee on his neck. Such hate, such evilness. It's just unbelievable. And as a Black person, we've seen this story. I've seen this story too many times. We've seen this story too many times as a people. And I was over it. I am tired of seeing Black people being killed. But I can say this because we're in this pandemic and people are sitting at home, it allowed the entire world to see this and see it in a different way. A murder with a gun, because we know that there's been cops who just killed people with guns. That's quick. You're not going to necessarily see the video of that. But a knee on the neck, we didn't even know what we were watching in the beginning. We didn't know that this man was going to die. So I can tell you that I had not been doing good. When I think about the global pandemic, that's the world. When I think about what's happening in America, that's to Black people. And we've been in this fight for a very long time. And I'm so glad that things are changing, that people are coming together. That's the beauty in all of this, that people from all races, all religions are coming together to stand up against police brutality as well as racism. And so that part, I'm good. But I can tell you that the image of seeing George Floyd on the ground in the street with a knee on his neck, I couldn't get out my mind. When they had the first service for him in Minneapolis, I watched it. It was nice. You had people talking about him. You had Reverend Al Sharpton, who asked us to stand for 8 minutes and 46 seconds in silence. And in my home, I stood. And I stood with them for 8 minutes and 46 seconds. And I can tell you it was no silence because I cried the entire time. When 3 minutes went by, I was thinking, this is too long. 5 minutes, 6, 8 minutes and 46 seconds. That's how long that knee was on his neck. And I can tell you that I still could not let it go because it was just too much. You know, during this time, I've had my non-Black friends check on me. And I appreciate it because I'm looking to see how people act and move during this time. I'm looking at the organizations that I'm a part of, organizations that I paid to be a member of. I'm looking to see how they respond to this because they need to be on the right side or else I need to be gone. And I know it's exhausting when you have people come to you and they want you to explain what's going on and what my experience has been. It's exhausting. But I do know that it's necessary to have these conversations. And I appreciate my non-Black friends who asked those questions of me. One person, I told her, you have to risk saying something insensitive just to get the conversation going. Because silence does not work. We all see what's happening here in this world. We all see it. And it's been wonderful to see the statues being thrown down into the river overseas in Paris. It's been nice seeing the Confederate statues being torn down here in this country. But there's so much more work that needs to be done. I haven't been out there protesting yet, but what I have been doing is sitting with myself trying to figure out what I can do to help in this matter. And I hope you're doing the same thing too. I hope you're trying to figure out how you can help make this thing right. And so, you know, as I think about where we are in a country and where I am, as I said before, I wasn't doing well up until this last funeral service in Houston. Great singing, great eulogy. Reverend Al was awesome again. But when I heard his niece talk about how she used to scratch his head, that put a smile on my face. And as a Black person, we all know that. But I want to end this because it's at 8:46 now.